Can you hear me now? Maybe? Still no audio? I hate this delay. Okay, good. Apparently, you should really hit the on button on the microphone before you start. Use flashcards. That would be really entertaining. Okay, hello everybody. You guys are awesome for stopping by. We are a little bit later than we normally stream, but that's because I've been making fidget spinners like freaking crazy. And I'm trying to get this last batch of orders out before we fly out of town for Bay Area Maker Fair, which I am super, super excited for. So today I have a little bit of announcement. I'm going to kind of be switching up the way I hold the channel a little bit. So I've decided that because produced content takes an extreme amount of time, and I'm just not having quite the time to prepare, film, edit, and upload, that I'm instead going to be live streaming once a week, every Monday instead of every other Monday. And then I'm also going to be doing one produced video towards the end of the week. So like Friday or Saturday. I'm not sure which yet. So I think that that will help me get better content out to you guys because I won't be worrying about the editing of at least one video per week. So that is going to start now. I talked about this on Patreon a couple, like last week maybe, or the week before. And most people seem to think that it was a really good idea, so I decided, why not? Let's do it. Yeah, who all's going to Bay Area? I'm super, super excited. I'm excited to meet you, Logan. I think it's going to be awesome. Kevin Thomas, that's going to be awesome. What's the next machine? I'm going to be ordering a Prusa. I'm trying to get my hands on a CR10 as well, but I know for sure I'm ordering a Prusa. Thought about a Folger Tech. I'd like to speak with them. I have a couple of questions and I need to reach out to them before I actually buy it. The gear table is not making the trip. One packing job on that is plenty for me. If there are anything happening in the driving vicinity for me, then I would totally take it with me, but I do not want to fly with that thing again. I'll be doing the kit. I kind of feel like it doesn't make sense for me to pay somebody else, what is it, $200 to assemble it when I know that I can assemble it myself just fine. And the gear table is not yet done. I had to kind of take a little bit of a step back from that. I kind of got sick of staring at gears over and over again. So it is in the basement. It has been primed. I'm just needing to put the final coats of spray paint on it. It's almost done. So hopefully I'll get back to that when we get back from Bay Area. Folger Tech is really close to me. They're about an hour and a half away, which I guess isn't like super close to me considering like Form Labs is an hour and a half away. Anything in Cambridge is an hour and a half away. Okay, so we're going to jump into the mailbox side of things first. I only have 2 boxes. I think that's all I've gotten recently. I mean, unless you include the bearings that I ordered. But mostly, I only have 2 boxes. So I figured... Oops. Let's start with this one because it's already open and I've already been printing in it. This is a thing of eSun, which I've never used eSun PLA. And it kind of looks a little orange on camera, but it is definitely red. It's more of like an orangey red, but it is still a solid red. This is just this is their PLA Plus. And I gotta say, it's been printing really, really, really well. I've printed 3 of these suckers on it. I think it just looks more orange because my background walls are red and they are like a dark cherry red. Yeah, I've never used eSun before, and it's printed really, really smoothly and has been super consistent. So I'm not going to complain. I got this on Amazon, and it was like, I think $22 maybe. How many printers do I have? I have 3. I have the Flash Forge that's right over here, the ANET that's behind me, and the Trinus is right over there. Yeah, I have to say, I mean, I like Hatchbox. I've got their wood PLA and then I think a blue from them, maybe. And I do really like Hatchbox. And I would say that eSun is just as good, depending on what color you're looking for. So yeah, no complaints on it at all. And the next ones I actually have not opened yet. I just opened the box. Is from, I don't know if you can see that, from the awesome people over at Matter Hackers. The awesome people over at Matter Hackers sent me these spools, which was very nice of them. They told me to pick a couple colors that I wanted to try, so I did. The first one that I chose is, I don't know if you're going to be able to see. It's a pearl color. It's the color Pearl, Iridescent Pearl. It's got like a slight pink shift to it. This is their Pro PLA. So it's almost like a natural with a pink shift to it. Super excited to try these out. I have been holding off on it until probably after we get back from Bay Area, although maybe I'll switch out the Trinus. The Trinus has been pumping out a bunch of keychains so that I could bring those with me to Bay Area in case anybody wanted one. So I have a little baggie here of a bunch of different keychains that I've made using anything I've had recently. So there's some Polyalchemy Elixir in here. There is the Atomic Filament Silk. There's the purple that I spoke about in my last live stream. I've got some pink from Melt Ink. So yeah, I think maybe I'll throw some of these on there. Why not, right? The next one that I have is super pretty, and that is the Translucent Aqua. I've seen a couple pictures of this online, and holy cow, did I need it in my life, and I'm so happy that I have it now. Again, this is their Pro PLA as well. And lastly is a color you don't see very often, and that is their Burgundy, which is super pretty dark red. Nice, kind of a nice rich berry color. So I am super, super excited. I'm going to go turn this one light down because it looks like I've got a little bit too bright of lights going on. I'll be right back. Is that better? Maybe. Hopefully. So yeah, so I got the filament from Matter Hackers, which is super, super exciting and was very awesome of them to send to me. Baby Groot in Burgundy, that'd be fun. I should do that. I don't necessarily have anything planned for these specific colors except for awesomeness. What is my favorite color and how many spools do I have of it? Oddly enough, I think I have the most spools in blue, but that is not my favorite color. I like green, which you may be able to tell my hair now has green in it because why not? So I am a huge fan of green. I'm a huge fan of purple, and I'm a huge fan of teal. And I have, I think, 3 spools of green. I have 2 bright greens that are the same color, but one's ABS, one's PLA, and those are from Maker Geeks. I have the translucent green from Maker Geeks that came in their Christmas Geek box. I have the Poly Elixir, or the Poly Alchemy Elixir in Emerald City, which I am loving. It is seriously one of the prettiest greens on the face of the planet. It looks awesome. It's not really in focus up there, but whatevs. And teal, I've got a bunch of turquoise. I mean, I've got the, like, it's almost like a turquoisey blue, the aqua color from Atomic Filament, their new silk. That's kind of a light turquoise. And then the aqua from Matter Hackers that I just got. And then Atomic's teal also. So, I mean, I've got a fair amount. And purples, I actually only have 1. And that's the one that I got last week. So I've got a lot of those. I heard that the April Geek box also had the translucent green. So that kind of just adds to the reason why I had canceled mine. Yeah, the Emerald City is seriously one of the prettiest colors ever. I thought I was going to like the Abyss color better because it's a nice, like, deep blue that almost looks black, but it's really blue. But I like the green better. The green's my favorite. Do I have a favorite print that I use for new filament colors? I usually start with a keychain because it's a quick and easy print, and it does show me a lot about the filament because there is a fairly big overhang and some detailing on the heart. And then I also have started printing these out. This is the Polymaker Torture Test, and it's a pretty awesome little test. There's lots of different things that it can show you about the filament or your printer, and I'm actually a huge fan of it. You can get this on Thingiverse and I think on My Mini Factory. Yeah, so you guys should definitely try to print this little guy out. The only problem I had on this entire model at all was just there's a little bit of bridging here at the top, and I had a little bit of sagging on the bridging, but only on one of them. And overall, it turned out really, really good. So I definitely recommend trying it out. This was printed on the Trinus, and this is the Poly Alchemy Elixir in Emerald City. I thought about printing rockets, but I feel like everybody prints rockets. I did my biggest disaster of a print so far. Like the one print that taught me basically everything I needed to know about the Flash Forge was the G-Create rocket. That print must have failed like 16 times in a row. Partially because of the filament that I was using. That's where I learned that the quality of filament does make a difference. And then partially because I didn't have my printer tuned in enough. And I'm not talking about the newer ones that they've done. It was one of I think it was the first version that they had done. I have never tried Amaze 3D filaments. I definitely should. Okay, so the other thing that I wanted to go into, so each Monday live stream, I'm going to be doing a couple of different things. first I'm going to be doing a Mailbox Monday if there's anything that needs to be shown, and then afterwards, and that will kind of include a little Q&A portion. The other thing that I want to do is showcase something each week. So this week I'm going to be talking about supporting creators through their stores. A lot of creators do have Etsy stores, including myself, and I have ordered one really cool thing, which you guys can kind of see a little bit of, and I'll show you guys in detail in a little bit. But there's a lot of other things that I would like to purchase in the future, including really awesome models that I've seen done. And I just kind of want to showcase those because a lot of people don't necessarily want to do a Patreon support or can't afford to, but are okay with like a single time charge to get a design or to get a piece, a faceplate for their printer or something like that. So I just wanted to showcase a couple of people's things that they're doing to help support their channels or their livelihoods in general. So velocity painting, I'm hoping to. I have not had time to get into it, but I would like to. Do I have a sample in the dark blue? In the Abuzz dark blue from Polyalchemy, is that the one you're talking about? If so, I've got a spool of it right here. Yes, Joel did have an Etsy store. He said at one point, I think, that he had paid for his Gmax with sales from cookie cutters on Etsy. And little things like that, and I actually have a couple cookie cutter designs that I'll be putting up here soon. But little things like that, they're inexpensive. And yes, you could create them yourselves, and that's fine and good. Anytime that it's going to push you to design things yourself, I'm all about. You guys know that. But if you don't necessarily have time or you really want that particular one, it's a great idea just to throw a couple bucks towards that designer to have them create it for you, and it does help them out, and you get an awesome, say, cookie cutter in exchange. Okay, so I'm going to jump to that window. Hopefully this works the way I want it to. Maybe. Okay. I think I'm going to close the chat window out for a second while I show you this. Or maybe I'll just shrink. Stand by. Technical issues. Okay. So for starters, the first one that I wanted to mention is the awesome Apyro design, and he is actually the only one that I have ordered something from so far. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to in the future. I definitely do plan on it, but I did want to show some of the things that he does have on his shop because he has some really cool and unique things, from foam coasters to coffee mugs, to mouse pads, and some of the coolest things, hold on, let's view all items, are like a metal sign, the biohazard signs. Some of these signs are really awesome. But then of course the coolest is the optional face plates for some of your printers. The Ultimaker 2 and 2 Plus, as well as the FlashForge Creator Pro, which I have. So I had him create me a faceplate. And when you open this up, you have your choice. There are a couple of stock designs that you have to choose from, but then there is also, you can add text to it. You can submit your own design, or you can have Travis create a custom design for you. which is awesome. I am talking about your store, Heather. So if you click on some of these pictures, you can see there are a couple of different stock options. I, however, decided to do a custom option. So my custom option, let me close out of this for a second so you can see. Oops, wrong one. Hopefully I don't make you guys too sick. So this right here is mine. How awesome did this turn out? It looks so freaking good, I can't even tell you. Everything opens and closes just fine. I was the one who designed this. I designed it using PicMonkey, which is also what I use to create my thumbnails and everything like that. It is a free online software. And I just used some of their standard text options, put my company name at the top, added some stars to make it look like a night sky at the top. And yeah, I think it turned out really good. What do you guys think? If you do have a FlashForge Creator Pro or an Ultimaker, they're not incredibly expensive. As you can see, $24.95 and up. And yeah, you end up with this really, really cool custom piece that's all you and only you, which is nice. So I definitely recommend it. Get your hands on one. It's freaking amazing. And thank you, Travis, for making it as awesome as you did. All right, let's see if I can not make you guys sick. It does make your printer awesome, and everybody should have an awesome printer. Oops. I mean, not that printers by themselves aren't awesome, because they are, but you know. My hair has blue and green in it, so you're not mistaken. There's spots of blue. So like right here is blue and then green, more green, more blue and green. It's a mix. Running around like a crazy man. I understand that completely. Okay, so let's jump back to this. So like I said, I definitely recommend it. It ended up costing me, I submitted my own design, $29.95. Totally a good deal. I definitely recommend trying them out. So another one that has some pretty cool designs is Improper Engineering. If you don't follow him on social media, you totally should, or follow his YouTube channel. And same goes for A Pyro Design. You totally should follow that as well. But he has some fun fidget spinners, including the mustache one, which I think is hilarious. And again, not incredibly expensive, but you get a pretty cool piece out of it. What else does he have on here? A couple of fun things. Elevated dog feeder. Totally should have had one of those for my dog growing up. It's not pre-recorded, I promise. So yeah, definitely check him out if you haven't. Toyota Glow in the Dark. He's got just some fun stuff. Let's see this one. That's kind of cool with all the glow in the dark pieces. Fair enough. I understand not having a whole lot. I do have to say the FlashForge Creative Pro is currently, I think, like 800 or 900. It's come down since I bought it. Luckily. I mean, luckily for other people. Next is going to be 3D Central. These guys are freaking amazing. and have all sorts of awesome stuff on their site for sale. If you are in, I believe they're in Virginia. If you are in Virginia, you can go check them out in their actual store. But they have some awesome stuff on here as well. Of course, fidget spinners that everybody has on their stores right now, or just about everybody. I know Heather and Travis at A Pyro will also have some fidget spinners he's been teasing online, so, and they look so cool. So I would definitely recommend keeping an eye on their Etsy. But yeah, so they've got all sorts of really cool things. You've got the steampunk octopus, you've got Doctor Strange ring, you've got fidget spinners, you've got swords. You've seriously got so much stuff. They've got a total of 92 items, which is insane. And it's just really cool, some of the stuff that they've come up with. They've got some crowns, some laser guns, couple of different planters, butterfly knife comb, that's awesome. Hodor doorstop, that still makes me sad. I feel like it's still too soon. What else do they have here? Some cosplay items. Bottle. This is really cool. So yeah, they've got all sorts of cool stuff. Some on the pricier side, some not as pricey. Just kind of depends on what you're looking at. This is cool. I love steampunk everything. Sometimes they allow you to customize things, like in here you can customize this gear cube with silver, gold, black, or white for either of the colors, which is nice to be able to do. So yeah, it's kind of cool that you can be able to support channels like this or stores like this where it is actually their livelihood relies on things sold on Etsy or in store. Now, this one, I haven't purchased anything, but I totally want to. I came across this from Uncle Jesse. He had done the Deadpool mask from Maxcraft, and it's insanely awesome. And it seems like all of the masks on here are pretty freaking awesome. This is the one I believe that Uncle Jesse had done. And these you're just buying the files to 3D print your own, but the files seem to be pretty good quality from what I've seen. I looked up a couple of reviews and also looked up some people's printing experience, and it seems like almost everybody says that it's great. So if you are looking for some unique files, this is a good option instead of going to a place like Thingiverse or My Mini Factory, where you'll be able to support creators. I know that somebody like Carmelo does his via Patreon, which is a great option as well. But if you didn't want to do that monthly commitment and just wanted to purchase something one time, finding a design on Etsy might be a great option. There is a little caveat to that though, and that is make sure that you're actually buying it from the creator themselves. There are a lot of people putting designs on Etsy that are not theirs. So just keep that in mind. And as you can see here, you can do like an Iron Man mask, and it does show you all of the different pieces, how they're supposed to print out, and then how they get put together. So it's pretty cool. And the last one that I was going to go over is the newest, and that is the Jatman. He just released his mini fidget spinners, and these suckers are tiny, next to a quarter. That's insane. But they're pretty cool, and again, not a whole lot. So if you are looking to find a mini fidget spinner, he would be a great place to go. So that's really what I wanted to talk about today. I think that it's really important to support creators. It can be very difficult. You put your heart and soul into doing YouTube or designing in general, and sometimes your heart and soul just isn't enough. So anytime you can support the creators, it's a great option. So what do you guys think? Have you guys bought anything on Etsy recently that was 3D printing related that you love? I'd love to hear it. I'm going to catch up on the stream, anything that I missed real quick. And I'm sorry if I missed anybody's Etsy pages. I could have sat here for like an hour going through them, but I just wanted to pick a couple. You sell spinners on Etsy. What is your Etsy page? And I will pull it up. Oh, your purse is broken. That's so sad. There wasn't really a whole lot of mail today. There was just a couple spools of filament. But I definitely recommend replaying the beginning. Laser cat cuts. Sorry, I can't read. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. All right. So, oh, you got some cool spinners, dude. And some laser engraved wooden buttons. Those are cute. Yeah, so go check him out. Super cool. That is awesome that they do have good support. I've heard that. I totally understand that it's hard to buy something 3D printed when you can make one yourself. But maybe that's where instead you should look to find some models that you could 3D print yourself to support creators. And by all means, if this does not apply to you at all, then ignore what I'm saying. To each their own. I just thought it would be kind of nice. Oh, Vicky, I totally forgot to showcase Vicky. What was I thinking? Hold on. I gotta pull her up now. Sorry, Vicky. Where is her site? Aha. All right, let's look at Vicky's site. Vicky's got some really cool stuff. Yeah, sometimes some of the prints are a little more complicated too, and the last thing you want to do is rack your brain trying to print them. So that's another option as well. Or when creators like Vicky tend to do a lot of embedding things, you may not want to attempt that. So it'd be a great way to support creators as well. Yeah, Vicky's got some really, really pretty stuff. Super, super cool stuff. She also has a lot of stuff on Shapeways as well, which is another way you can support some of your creators. Stand by. We're going to go through a couple more here as I see them. All right. Oops, turn on. Yes, sometimes you may have better bearings. Of course, I have to say we pulled our bearings out of our 10-year-old rollerblades, but we had some expensive bearings in our 10-year-old rollerblades. So the first batch of fidget spinners that went out had some awesome and incredibly expensive bearings in them. So these are some of the things on 3D Print Labs. 3D Printing Lab, sorry. You totally should. It's a lot of fun, but man, it does take up a lot of your time. In this case, it takes up a lot of the Flash Forge's time. I saw that he got the CR10 S4. I'm so jealous. I am super crazy jealous, and I saw that Travis and Heather got a CR10 as well. It was such a toss-up between a Prusa and a CR10, but I do think I decided Prusa. So yeah, so that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. I just thought it'd be kind of nice to showcase some other creators and their shops that they have, because maybe it's something that you'd be interested in buying off of them, like this awesome faceplate over here. So I think that's really all I have for you guys today. I still have a bunch of, I didn't really talk about Banff. Maybe I should a little bit. For those of you who are going to be in California on Wednesday, I will be at the Matter Hackers meetup for Joel's 100,000 subscriber party. It will also be my birthday. So, woo woo. Talk about an awesome way to spend your birthday, right? So I will be at that. That is starting, I believe, at 7 p.m. Pacific. And will be a whole lot of fun. So definitely try to show up if you are in the area. And if you aren't, I believe there will be multiple streams happening. I believe on Matter Hackers YouTube channel they will be streaming, and also probably on Joel's, and maybe I'll throw a stream on there too, because why not? And there's going to be a whole bunch of us there. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Yeah. Specific time, it is at 7, I believe. I think. Oh, thank you, Galactic 3D. That's nice. Seriously, I'm super excited. I definitely will say hi to Mara for you. Yeah, Angus is almost there, and if you don't follow Angus over at Maker's Muse, hurry and go do that now. Because I don't care if you have to close off of my stream to go do it. Go do it now, because his stuff is awesome. And I just downloaded his tolerance test. I have not had a chance to print it yet, but I did download it. And I am super excited to try that on both nozzles on the Flash Forge. I'm interested to see how the nozzles differ on one printer on the tolerances, and see if it's more of a maybe one nozzle needs to be replaced type of thing. I'm just curious. And after that is Bay Area Maker Faire, which is happening Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I will be there on, I believe, Friday and Saturday. I will not be there Sunday, unfortunately, because on Sunday we will be flying home. We're actually flying home on the red eye Saturday night. Our flight leaves at midnight, because unfortunately there were no good flights on Sunday. And basically, if we flew in on Sunday, we would have needed to take Monday off, or we would have needed to take the red eye on Sunday into Monday, but there weren't any good red eyes. So, you know, gotta do what you gotta do, right? So I will be there on Friday and Saturday. thanks to Matter Hackers, who is absolutely awesome and is sponsoring us to get into the event. I'm sorry, I know. I'm totally bummed that I have to leave on Saturday, but it just wasn't going to work out otherwise. I only have so much vacation time. And I use some of it for Murph, some of it now for this, and I'm going to Poland. So I just don't have a whole lot of vacation time to use. So yeah, it's going to be a whole lot of fun. I have no idea what to expect because I've never been to a maker fair before. And I hear San Francisco's is one of the biggest. So that should be a whole lot of fun. It still hasn't really sunk in how quite large it is. I've kind of watched a little footage from previous years just to kind of get an idea of what I should be expecting, and I just can't really fathom it at this point. I think it's gonna be a kick in the pants when I actually get there. I am very, very excited though. Hi, Jeff. Murph isn't quite a maker fair. It's way more intimate than a maker fair from what I've seen. Much more tight knit and very much people obsessed with all the same thing. And hi. Murph was awesome for sure, but I'm very excited to experience Banff. And it's just really fun to say Banff. Somebody asked earlier if I was going to New York Maker Faire. Unfortunately, I'm not. I totally planned on it, and I actually didn't intend on going to Bay Area until I found out that the trip I booked to Poland fell right during New York Maker Faire. So I will actually not be in the country at that time, so I will not be making it to New York Maker Faire. But New York Maker Faire is the last weekend in September. Last year was the first weekend in October, which is what I was hoping it was going to be this year too. But they didn't. It's a week earlier. It will be fun to be in Poland. My family is having a family reunion there. My mom, my dad, my brother, and me are all flying there, so it'll be fun. I know, I'm totally bummed I'm not going to make it to New York. But if there are any other 3D printing events happening in the northern East Coast, I will definitely try to make it out to them this year. Yes, a family reunion in Poland. We apparently still have a lot of family over in Poland that still live there, including a mayor of a town over there somewhere, I believe. Bye, Heather. Thanks for stopping by. All right, guys, I think it is time for me to get going. I still have a ton of stuff I need to work on before I get out of here, including a couple more of these little keychain doobies and a couple more fidget spinners that just need to be wrapped up and packaged so I can send those out tomorrow. And also a couple of prints for the MakerBox community build that is happening. So I'll be submitting three prints for that. I will try to post as many videos as I can of both Matter Hackers as well as Banff. I am bringing my better camera with me, my T3i from Canon, the one that I actually film my videos with. That will be coming with me. And Nick will be there, so he'll be able to help me with some video footage if needed. So I'm hoping to get as much footage as possible. I will be going, I'm hoping to do a possible like shop tour of Matter Hackers. I thought that would be kind of cool. And maybe chat with them a little bit on camera about what they do and what they have and maybe how they started and why. So yeah, lots of cool stuff coming, plus a couple of new designs are in the works and those will be coming up soon. I am going to be testing out a couple of new design software options that I've come across, and I haven't played around with them at all, so I might just film me playing around with them to kind of familiarize myself with them so you can see how I do that process and kind of get started with a new program. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you have an awesome week. And if you are at Matter Hackers or Banff, be sure to stop by and say hi to me. And you guys will be awesome. So I will see you guys again next time.